So let me start with some simple Excel editing tips. First, autofill. Excel will automatically fill patterns for you. So for example, if I put in 1 and then 2, just 2 numbers is enough. It knows what the pattern is. If you highlight those 2 cells, notice the bottom corner, ignore this box, it's just telling you it can do things. But see this little little square in the bottom right corner. As I put my mouse over it, the cursor changes. If I select that and drag that down, Excel's telling me it can fill those numbers to whatever I choose to stop at, and it finds the pattern for me. Excel can also do this across. 1 and 2 and drag across, and Excel will fill the numbers for me. But you don't have to go up in ones. So 2, 4, again 2 numbers is enough for Excel to find the pattern. And Excel just goes up in 2s. You can do it with days of the week, Monday, Tuesday. Highlight both cells and drag across, and Excel will just keep going, and in fact it'll go back to Monday again and keep going. You can do the same for months, January, February. You don't have to start at January and February either, it'll figure it out. And it just goes on and on. So Excel can actually find that pattern and fill it for you. This is a good thing. Okay. Second on my list is formulas. The point of using Excel is that you don't have to do the maths yourself. The whole point of using it is let Excel do the maths. So for example, I might have some numbers here and I might want to get them added together. I just go equals and then I select the cells. I can move left and right and up and down and it selects the reference for me. Or I can click on the one I want. So I want to go C3 plus, and again click on the next one, D3. It shows you the formula up here. When you press enter, it does the maths for you. It does the addition for you and shows you the formula. By itself, that's not very exciting, right? I mean, I can do times and divides as well. So I could go this one times by that one, okay? And it's done the multiplication for me. By itself, that's not really exciting. But when I combine it with fill down, it gets very powerful. So if I highlight that row and drag it down, even just one row, okay, this one is now multiplying D4 and E4. If you want to see where it is, if you double click it to edit, or just click up here, it will actually show you the 2 cells that are going into that multiplication. Press escape to cancel. If I click on this one, it says C4 and D4. So it's actually changed my formulas to match where I copied it. And in fact, I can copy that down as many rows as I like. And Excel will change each of the formulas to match the new row number. Why would that be helpful? Well, suppose I didn't just have 12 and 34 here. Let's give it a pattern and I'll show you some more fill down. If I go 13, 2 numbers together is enough for Excel to see a pattern. You can drag that down, okay, and it'll copy the pattern. But it can do more. Let me show you a downwards pattern. If I select those 2 and I just double click on this little box, it automatically fills that whole row down to the same bottom point. And then this should be C3 plus D3, C4 plus D4. They still add to the same thing actually because I've increased this one and decreased that one. But it's doing the maths for me. So I don't have to do any hard stuff. It's doing the multiplications for me. That was autofill, formulas and fill down. The last thing I want to show you here is references. These references automatically change as I fill down, but what if I didn't want them to? What if I always want, how do I do this? Let's say I want to multiply, this one was D3 times E3. What if I want to multiply D3 by something else every time? So let me make another number and put it over here somewhere. My special number, and I'm going to call it 37, right? That's my special number. So here, instead of E3, I want to multiply by this number, I4. If I just press enter, it only changes one, but if I double click the bottom right corner, it'll fill down. But what happened here? Oh, so it changed my I4 to an I5. It's now referencing this square over here. And this one's this one. To stop it doing that, I tell it I don't want to change the 4. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button, sorry. I don't want to change the 4. I put a $ in front of the 4. That tells me the 4 should not be changed when I copy it down. So let me copy it down with the fill down. And now it stays as I4, but all the others still change to the next row. If I was copying across and I didn't want the letter to change, I would change it to a $I as well as a $4. The $ tells it when you're copying formulas, don't change this number. So there are 4 simple editing tricks that should help you to build a better spreadsheet.